Okay, everybody, yes, indeed, you and me are here together again at last, and we have a lot to talk about. I made up a nice chart for you. I know you like that. And yes, we have to cover a lot of things in this freak show. You know why I'm so happy? First of all, because I'm out of my mind. Number two is because, again, people, we are hearing things and seeing things that will come as no surprise to you. If you follow this blog, I mean, it has all been foretold right here on this lovely blog. And yet, here we go. It's happening. Oh, imagine my shock. You can't imagine. Anyway, look, let's talk here, people. It's epic. So let's start off with this. I really don't know where to begin, but let's start off with the market. I was going to say something else. So what happened today on Wall Street? A nice rally across the board. The Dow Jones Industrial Average higher by like 621 points. A nice gain for the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. As a matter of fact, today's gains in the market erased what we just lost. Imagine my shock yet again. No. People, I've been telling you that risk in this market is dropping and dropping precipitously, despite what we're hearing today, and we're going to cover more of that. We got creature feature people crawling out of the woodwork trying to tell you yet again, the stock market's a bubble. You need to be scared. Really afraid. The morons. Look, duh? Really? Oh, you mean the stock market's a bubble? No, a hyper bubble? Built on the back of a financial Frankenstein? The debt market bubble? Oh, really? Well, where have I been all this time? Yeah, absolutely, people. We know that's exactly what is going on. It's a hyper bubble beyond belief. I sincerely believe that, look, the propaganda ministry, all they're doing is generating fear in any way possible. Whether it's moronic or Omicron or whatever it is, fear, make people afraid, control, and that's it. But you and me, we're sitting back laughing. We're laughing at all this. It's funny to me. It really is. And if the market were to fall, I mean, anything meaningful, we haven't had a single meaningful drop in this market in a very long time. Few hundred points here or there. We're near record highs right now, like 5% or less for the major indices off of a new record high. You think we're not going to hit another record high really soon? How about we will? Oh yeah. Let me go out on a limb here. I'm going to tell you, by the end of this month, we're going to be at new record highs for this market. There's no doubt about it. And I've been telling you, get long COVID. Buy the dips in everything. Everything, people. Anyway, so yes, rally on Wall Street, stocks doing great. Dow and S&P erased losses from yesterday. Crude oil catching the bid. Crypto's about flat today. Gold and silver finished mixed, about flat in aggregate. The MMRI is screaming at us. The Mannarino market risk indicator is screaming that risk is dropping. Despite, again, calls for the Fed's going to taper faster. Duh, how about no? Oh, the Fed's going to raise rates. Yeah, because our economy is so strong. Really? Let's put that into perspective. We just found out that last week, first-time unemployment claims, another 222,000 people. Well, it's not looking so good for them, is it? No, and this is a weekly occurrence. We are losing jobs every month. The economy is absolutely cratering. This is interesting. So we got some news today from the Labor Department. Listen to this. Square yourself in your seat and get ready. Since the, should I say it? Yeah, scamdemic. You know how people don't like the retard word? Oh, I just said it. When people don't like that word. Okay. Whenever I say scamdemic, I also get attacked, in case you don't know. I don't know. They don't like that word either. What can I tell you? People are very sensitive these days, and you can just, say anything. And, hey, the sky's blue. What? How dare you say the sky's blue? Whatever it might be. Water is wet. I have no idea. They don't like it. I frankly don't give a shit. Can I say that? I think I can. It's my blog anyway. So this is the Labor Department. In the last 20 months, okay, since the scamdemic. Can I say that? Or am I going to get attacked? Since the freaking shit show of a scamdemic, okay, the Labor Department is reporting that it has issued to date $872 billion in benefits to the unemployed. 872 billion. That's nearly a trillion. That comes to roughly 44 billion per month. Oh, but we're doing so well. We're doing great. It's fantastic. Let me ask you, if you had to guess for a moment, where is this nearly $1 trillion in the last 20 months for unemployment benefits alone? Where is that coming from? Oh, you mean it's coming from the Federal Reserve is going to create it out of thin air? Oh, really? Yeah, that's exactly where it's coming from. All part of the game to continue to issue debt in epic amounts. And just like I said, in the last 20 months, $872 billion in unemployment benefits being paid out. Make it up. Make it up, people. I bet you can't. I have so much stuff to cover with you. I don't even know where to start. Let's do this. I know you like charts. I like charts too. They're very lovely. Now, you can see this for yourself what I'm about to show you right on the Federal Reserve's own website. Why do I want you to see this chart? I'm going to show you for a second. You ready? I'm going to show it to you again. Don't worry. But before I show it to you again, we have been told that the Federal Reserve really does want to taper. They tapered nothing, okay? People are being misled. The last thing, the Fed tapered. They tapered nothing. All they did was lower their minimum asset purchase targets per month. There's no cap. They can continue to buy anything in any amount. Okay, there's no top. The talk today, CNBC, Bloomberg, Fox Business, and even this morning, I told you that we heard from the demon freak of the Federal Reserve. This is Loretta Mester. The woman, honestly, I think she is possessed by the devil. Have you ever looked at her? I mean, look, and plus she's a liar. And we know where lies come from, okay? Normal people don't generally walk around spewing lies. But that's what they do, the members of the Federal Reserve. That's all they do. So the talk today, again, is because our economy is so strong and because the Labor Department in the last 20 months has paid out nearly $1 trillion in unemployment benefits that you're not supposed to know about. Okay, you don't believe that number? Look it up for yourself, okay? I always urge you to, it's not really $1 trillion, it's 872 billion, okay, nearly $1 trillion. So if you want to hold me to the dollar, whatever. But we're doing so great. Everything's perfect, But the fact of the matter is, despite the fact that all day long, the major, CNBC and Bloomberg, especially CNBC and Bloomberg, the line today is, the Fed really wants to taper. The Fed really is going to meaningfully raise rates moving forward. They're lying to you, and I think should come as no surprise. The goal of the Fed is to continue to inflate. This is the Federal Reserve's balance sheet since 2008. We have literally gone almost straight up. Okay, we're going parabolic here. And this should come as no surprise to anyone at all that follows my work. Now, this was taken directly, except for this little arrow, okay, taken from the Federal Reserve's own website. So, you don't have to believe this is true. This goes out to November 24th, but it's even worse now, people. It's not going to stop. That mechanism of parabolic debt issuance and again, they're going to create reasons to continue to do it. With regard to paying out nearly $1 trillion in the last 20 months for unemployment benefits, it's all baked in here. And the fact that our economy is in free fall and the Fed will in no way, again, All the talk today is about how the Fed is going to meaningfully taper, how the Fed is going to meaningfully raise rates moving forward. It's all a lie. It could not be a bigger lie. All the Fed wants to do is continue to inflate its balance sheet. They're not going to stop. The larger the Federal Reserve balance sheet gets, the more debt that the Fed issues, the more powerful they become. You remember during the Trump administration, I was telling you, and I was getting attacked by everyone. Oh, President Trump, he's the greatest man in the world. He's trying to bankrupt the Fed. No, all he did, all Bidenstein is doing, and the other freak, Obama, all they were doing by calling on the Fed to issue more debt is making them exponentially stronger. So you have to understand how this works. And I told you a million times, every single dollar the Federal Reserve is called upon to issue and create out of thin air doesn't make them fractionally stronger. It makes them exponentially stronger. And we could literally end the Fed in a heartbeat. All we have to do is stop the Fed from issuing one single dollar of more debt. That's how powerful this is. $1. If the Fed were prevented from issuing one lousy, stinking dollar out of thin air, they collapse immediately. You're not allowed to know this, but that is the absolute truth, people. Let me move forward here. So with regard to the freak show stock market, it appears that a lot of people realize that it's going much higher. How do we know that? How can we gauge that people believe, at least, that the market is going higher, the stock market? Yet again, margin debt, the amount of debt that investors are taking on to borrow to play around in the market, has hit a new all-time high. Now, I've been telling you this phenomenon for years, how margin debt keeps going higher and higher and higher and higher. It's going to continue doing that until it doesn't. And again, the setup is very simple. I understand, again, we have all these freaks coming out of the woodwork talking about the stock market being a bubble. It is. It's not just a bubble. It's the biggest bubble. No, it's not the biggest. The biggest bubble is the debt market. The stock market hyper bubble has been built on the back of the debt market hyper bubble, for which, this is a big part of. You understand? Anyway, the mechanism here is very simple. The market will continue higher until it doesn't. If you're one of these people who are constantly fixated on when the market's going to melt down, when we are going to crash, because you've got this freak over here telling you this, and we've been hearing calls after call after call from, YouTube experts, market experts out here that have been wrong 100% of the time. I want you to think about that. They've been wrong every single time. Every single time. Look. Their track record sucks. I don't know what else to tell you. My track record has been perfect. I've been telling you where this market's going to go. I've kept all of you on the right side since forever now. So I'm telling you here yet again, I don't even think about it. I don't care when the market's going to crash or when they think the market's going to crater. It doesn't matter to me. Right now, if you look at the MMRI, if you understand the global scenario here, people, it's very simple. The market is going higher, and the market is probably going much higher as they continue to create reasons to, borrow cash out of the future. The Fed is not going to meaningfully taper at all. They're not going to meaningfully raise rates at all. They're going to keep rates suppressed from here until forever. That's the way it is. This is their mechanism of wiping out the middle class, creating that two-tier society I told you would come from 10 years ago, extreme haves, extreme have-nots. You get the picture. If you've been with me long enough, you know that. Anyway, but that's all the talk. Hold on one second. I dropped something important. I gotta get it. Ready? Be right back. And here I am. Yeah. My little notes. I kind of dropped this. Look at me writing. Maybe I should auction this off and give the cash away to charity. Anyway, all right. Anyway, look, people. Let's talk about a few other things here moving forward. So it appears that. This is no surprise, and the headlines are a little bit misleading, but I want to tell you what's really going on. So it appears here. The headlines are this: Germany to lock down unvaccinated. Okay. While this actually is happening to a certain degree, I've heard from a lot of my German friends here, And they're saying it's not entirely true. What is going on here? Okay, I want to clarify this a little bit. There does appear to be some kind of initial lockdown here of the unvaccinated. Concentration camps may be coming, people, but this is what's actually happening now. Actually, this has been reported here by the Associated Press, Berlin. And let me read this to you. Unvaccinated people across Germany will soon be excluded from non-essential stores. Who decides if they're essential or not? I still want to know. Unvaccinated people will soon be excluded from restaurants and sports events, as well as cultural venues. That's the truth. It's not a total lockdown, at least yet, in Germany, and it may be a test bed. But for my German friends out there, and I love all you guys and girls, I have a lot of friends over there, they're telling me that it's not really a complete lockdown. The headlines are kind of misleading, but they are. The truth of the matter is they are being locked down to a certain degree. I want to really know, like I just said, who gets to choose what stores are essential and non-essential, which the unvaccinated are being locked out of. And then let me bring this up while we're on the topic. If the vaccine really does work so well, or the vaccines work so well, why is, maybe you can tell me if you're vaccinated, why is a vaccinated person so fearful of an unvaccinated person? You're safe, aren't you? You got that vax. And the many, many, many boosters that are coming, congratulations. But why are you so afraid? What are you afraid of? Okay. They don't even care if you're immune, like I said. A lot of these people who are not vaxxed, they're immune. They've already had the disease. I've had it. I had the regular COVID. I had the Delta version of it. Wasn't so bad to me. Yeah, I was laid up on my couch for a couple of days. I didn't feel good. Whatever. Nothing. But they don't care if you're immune. They want that vax in your body. And if you don't get it, they're going to come after you. Okay, like, for example, curtailing of behavior. What did I tell you? No free thought. You can't think for yourself. Even if you have a medical doctor who speaks out against what's going on, well, it don't matter. You know what happened to me? I had that. Dr. Harding, whoa, they shut us down. You can't see that video, although it's still out there. Go look for it. Yeah, if you don't go along with the narrative, well, it doesn't matter who you are, how many letters you may have after your name. It don't matter. You have to be a Fauci puppet. You have to, parrot what comes out of the mouth of Fauci. Okay, a man who has not practiced medicine in over 40 years. Okay, I want you to think about that. Oh yeah, if you're in that camp, you're all good. If you try to think for yourself, nope, they're gonna shut you down. No free thought. No free action, no free movement. Who told you all this was coming from many years ago? Was it that guy, Greg Mannarino? Where is Greg? Gregory, where are you? You beautiful person, wherever you are. People, I covered a lot of stuff with you here today, but I want you, look, I'm kind of joking around here a little bit, but I want you to be ready for anything. I've been telling you this. With regard to unvaccinated people being locked down, it's an interesting prospect. What's coming next in your view here? Are lockdowns going to get worse? Are they going to put you in some kind of a leper colony even though you're completely well, immune or not? What are they going to do to you here? Who gets to choose, again, where you can go? You can't go to non-essential stores. Like what? I have no idea. I wish you would tell me. I guess it's above my pay grade. Anyway, people, what else did I write here? Anything else? A few more things, but I covered the most important things. We will resume the festivities right here, tomorrow morning. And, well, that's about it, people. I love all of you. I mean that. And, well, just be aware. Like I said, raise your awareness and be aware and think. Think for yourself. What does all this mean for you personally? All right, I'm out of here. See you tomorrow.